How's it going everyone, and welcome back to a brand new Battlefront 2 ranking video, and today we will be ranking the light side heroes from worst to best, including the brand new addition to Battlefront 2, Anakin Skywalker. Now I love making these ranking videos and you guys seem to really love them as well given how well they've done in the past, so if you want me to rank all 20 heroes and villains together next, then be sure to let me know in the comments below. We finally have all announced heroes in the game, so it's time to get the ultimate ranking video out there, but regardless, today we are going to be ranking the light side heroes like I previously mentioned. And the list from last time has been shaken up a lot. Between the balancing and the inclusion of Anakin, it's definitely going to be a very different list to the one I made a few months ago. Now just before I dive into it, I'm putting it out there that this is my personal opinion, and honestly I don't even think any of these heroes are bad. So it's just a list that goes from like good to gooder. That's honestly a terrible way of explaining it, but I'm sure you all get the idea. But enough of me talking, let's get into the rankings. So coming in at number 10 as the worst light side hero on Battlefront 2, we have Finn. Now Finn hasn't really changed for a long time now. His Deadeye is his saving grace and can melt a villain or wreck multiple infantry with one use. But you really don't see a lot of Finns on the battlefront anymore, particularly in Heroes vs Villains. There are just countless better options to choose from, and he can work in the hands of the right players, sure, but personally I think he's just too reliant on his Deadeye ability. If his health on kill star card was locked to his Deadeye, then damn he'd be good, but unfortunately that's not the case. But anyway, the rest of his abilities kind of get left in the dust a little bit, whilst they can also be useful. They're not the best, and overall Finn, he's just not the best. Now moving on to number 9, we have Leia. Now Leia I've always ranked a lot higher, but I can see she's definitely phasing out of the game and a lot of people aren't really using her anymore. Her aimbot secondary fire isn't as OP as it once was, and it was the reason people were always using her. She is a very defensive hero, so if that's your playstyle, then yeah, you might still enjoy using her. But I feel like there are just so many better options to Leia, and the defensive factor to her playstyle kind of lets her down. It was honestly a coin toss between Finn and Leia for the worst light side hero in the game, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, moving on, at the number 8 spot we have Chewie. So Chewie is a beast in Heroes vs Villains, we know this, at least he's still kind of a beast anyway. But we also know that he's practically useless in Galactic Assault. He might suit one phase on a one-off map or something like that, but that's as far as it goes for Chewie, and that just doesn't cut it, seeing as basically every hero on this list is useful in Galactic Assault. So it might seem a little harsh putting him this low, but if it was a Galactic Assault ranking video, he'd be last without question. Maybe if his health on kill star card wasn't locked to a bugged out ability being the ground slam, he'd be useful. That is of course not the case, but anyway, Heroes vs Villains is basically all Chewie has going for him, and it's almost only because of the stun grenade, which is a major complaint with the hero gameplay in Battlefront 2. But anyway, moving on to number 7, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, it definitely feels stiff putting Obi-Wan this low, but it goes to show how decent the heroes are overall. Obi-Wan's force push, whilst it's cool and all, the charge up time just kills it for me when you compare it to someone like Luke's. And given that a hero can get melted in like 1 or 2 seconds, that vulnerability just isn't good. Yes, I know there was a 90% damage reduction put into place for his force push load up, but I'm going to be honest, I've still eaten shit whilst using it because of the endless ways you can be smashed in seconds now. But whilst Obi-Wan is by no means a bad hero, I think personally he's just alright. He's not great, he's not bad, but he's just somewhere in between. Now on to number 6, we have none other than Grandmaster Yoda. So I've never been a big fan of Yoda in this game personally, but he is definitely growing on me. His ability to clear out hallways, particularly on Theed, is second to none. Pushing up with his unleash and letting loose on the enemy will never get old. And his small hitbox is of course very helpful to have when it's so easy to receive stupid amounts of damage from any direction. And his dash attack seems to deal decent amounts of damage despite heroes blocking, which is of course very useful in Heroes vs Villains. So Yoda has definitely gained my respect lately and is a hero you should always consider. So now halfway into the list at number 5 is Han Solo. So Han is one hell of a hero. His DL-44 is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful hero blaster in the game, and when you're combining that with the sharpshooter ability, it just absolutely melts. My only fault with Han is his shoulder charge. I still think it's just a little bit too clunky and I don't know, just broken, but not in a good way. Like yeah, it can work out sometimes, but relying on it is another story. But regardless, Han is a damn beast in both Galactic Assault and Heroes vs Villains. That Detonite charge needs no introduction, it's godly. But whatever the game mode, he can do the job and do it damn well no matter if you're a good, average or bad player. Now onto the number 4 spot, we have Lando Calrissian. Now Lando has low-key one of the most OP abilities in the game, and I swear it just does not get the attention it deserves, and that is of course his sharp shot ability. It takes barely any skill and is just an easy way to rack up kills, and also Lando is one of the heroes that benefits in a big way when you use all of his abilities in unison. His smoke grenade has its uses, his disabler needs no introduction at all, and his X8 Night Sniper combines with all of his abilities like clockwork and is of course very powerful by itself. Lay some smoke down and only you can see through it with his blaster. You get the advantage over anyone, so Lando is great. More and more people seem to be jumping on the Lando train, and it's very good to see. And on to the top 3 now, and at number 3 we have Luke Skywalker. Now Luke is great. I really enjoy the fact that he's fast and has one-shot abilities. That is when they do work though, which is of course one of my only issues with Luke. Sometimes the force push just won't work, or the repulse just won't work, and you're left vulnerable and angry. But thankfully that isn't as big of a problem as it has been in the past, and the abilities are more consistent now than they've ever been. I still wish that his dash was a little bit faster like it was in Battlefront 2015, but regardless it still works well, and Luke is just a damn fine hero overall. He is very enjoyable to use, and if you had have asked me about Luke 6 to 12 months ago, he would have been a bottom 3 hero without question. But through the voice of the community, Luke has eventually gotten to a place where he is some people's favourite hero in the game, which I think is pretty cool, and I totally respect that. But anyway, moving on, and the runner-up at the number 2 spot, we have Rey. Now Rey has been my main for a long time, probably since the game launched if I'm honest. Her mind trick is a million times better than ObiWan's, and as annoying as it is, it still causes a lot of confusion to players. More experienced players have learned to counter it in some way, but it's still just really satisfying to mind trick someone and watch them walk off of a platform. As for her dash strike, it is still easily one of my favourite abilities in the entire game. There's not much more enjoyment that can be had when you're cleaning up enemy after enemy with one dash through a narrow hallway. It's a great way to get kills and regain health fast in Galactic Assault. Her inside ability is also so effective to help with flanking and just get the advantage on your enemy before you even engage them. And all of the abilities in unison and a competent Rey player make for a serious duo, and some real damage can be done. And also, I find her saber strikes to register more than any other hero. I don't know if that's just me, but half the lightsaber swings with other heroes just don't register like a third of the time. But it seems to be the most consistent with Rey, which is why she is a very reliable choice and a worthy runner-up. But of course, no surprises here. Taking the crown as the best light side hero in Battlefront 2, we have the chosen one himself, Anakin Skywalker. Now, where do I even start? I am loving Anakin. A lot of people are calling for a nerf, but you know what? The more I play as him, the more I hope he just stays the way he is. If you don't want him to clear out a room, don't shoot him. Plain and simple. But anyway, if anyone in the game deserves to be overpowered or just really powerful, then who better than the chosen one? His passionate strikes ability is the counter to the annoying lightsaber blocking that we've been after for so long. It's not a flashy ability, but it gets the job done. His pull dominance is also excellent at what it does, and when used in combination with his heroic might ability, it just works so well, bringing the enemies to your feet so you can finish them off whatever way you like. And the fact that you can go into a room and clear it out with Anakin using his heroic might or retribution ability, it's just perfection. I absolutely love it, and I'll never forget the first time I did it, and I can't wait to do it more. Now on top of all of that, he can have 1000 health with epic star cards. That's just next level. He is literally the light side equivalent of Vader, which is the way it should be for very, very obvious reasons. But Anakin is the breath of fresh air that the hero gameplay needed in Battlefront 2. He has abilities none like we've ever seen before, both in how they look and how they affect the game. And I really do hope that if we are getting more heroes in Battlefront 2, that they follow what they've done with Anakin and get creative with the Force abilities. I was really worried Anakin would just be a hybrid of Luke, Obi-Wan and Rey, but gladly he is just on another level with a great deal of creativity brought to the character and the gameplay. And the fourth ability just adds even more to an already stellar hero, so Anakin is more than a worthy number 1 as the best light side hero in Battlefront 2. But guys, what do you all think of this list? I never expect anyone to fully agree with any of these rankings as they are very subjective. But regardless, be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you guys want to see all 20 heroes and villains ranked, then be sure to drop a like on this video, and again, let me know in the comments. But above all else guys, play nice in the comments. These lists are for fun and shouldn't be taken to heart, so take it easy down there. But anyway, that pretty much does it for this video, so again, be sure to drop a like if you did enjoy this video, and feel free to subscribe to the channel for more Battlefront 2 videos just like this one. And until next time, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys all again real soon.